Good morning, everyone. Lee circles. And reverse. And shoe circles. And reverse. And pink circles. And reverse. And reverse. And reverse. Okay, you can put away your sticks. Head turns. And center, and right ear up. And relax, and left ear up. And relax, and right ear again. And relax, and left ear again. And relax, back to center. Cross the hands on the chest. Raise the chin. And relax, drop the chin to the chest. Tuck it in and raise the back of the neck. And relax, cross the hands on the chest again, raise the chin. And relax, drop the chin to the chest, tuck it in and raise the back of the neck. And relax, back to center, head rolls. And down to center and reverse. And down to center and back up, forward spinal wave. And reverse. And good. The quad. And reverse. And good. belly rolls. And reverse. And the windmill. And good. And squats, starting on the left leg. And then the right leg. And the left leg again. And the right leg again. And prayer position. Okay, hands on the knees, up slowly. Keep your head down a moment. Shoulders. And follow Annie. And the other side.
And do reverse.
Oh, I thought you did. And reverse. And the left side again, forward. Alternates. reverse. And double. And reverse. And good. And kicks. And shake it out. And good. And elbows. And reverse.
When I was working in the yard yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
I took the opportunity to do some grounding. So I threw my shoes off, stood directly on the
On
earth,
the other side.
and did Qigong, honey, with the sun on my head and my feet on the ground.
How was it?
It was magical. Of course, it started raining pretty soon, but in the meantime, it was great.
Alternates.
Yeah, doing it outside, it's different.
And reverse. Double. And reverse. And good. So I don't know whether you all heard Annie's story that she just told me, so I'm going to have her tell it again a little louder.
Oh, I think we should make this a homework assignment. And the next opportunity you all have to be outside in the sun with your bare feet on the ground, do some Qigong. It's just an amazing experience.
Qigong is really meant to be done outside, actually. When I was practicing with Master Zhang for 26 years, every single routine that we did was always outside. It didn't matter whether it was 100 degrees or 20 degrees, we were always outside. And you would pick and choose what routine to do depending on the weather or whatever, but it does make a difference. It makes a big difference. So try it sometime, all right? Find yourself a beautiful spot that's nice and quiet with a little shade, all right? And do a routine. Do maybe 10 or 15 minutes and see what you think.
Tomorrow
Okay.
I'll do the morning Qigong outside. How's
Yes,
that?
excellent. Great idea.
Okay, you have to report back.
Okay.
Okay.
And the wrists. And the other side. And double. And stretches. And the other side. And reverse. And the other side. And relax your wrists. And the ankles. And the other side. And rotate. And reverse. And the other side. And reverse. and close and open, close and open, close and open, close and open. Doling. And touch the earth. And close your pores. Salute our masters and salute your classmates. Thank you, everyone. If you're going to stay for advanced Qigong, give me 10 minutes. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Ciao. Genevieve got outside. Jack, we were talking in the earlier class about how nice it is to do these exercises outside, and it is. It's true. Okay. So I think, you guys tell me if I'm right. I think the last time we all met was last Thursday, and we did number 8 and 9, single and double leg ascending and descending, and the grindstone. Is that how you remember too? I'm getting nods. Okay, so today let's work on number 10 and 11, heaven and earth open and close, and rebalancing your chi left and right. Heaven and earth open and close. These are circulation exercises. Heaven and earth. Heaven and earth. Open and close. Open and close. And reverse. So it's a pretty straight ahead opening and closing. All the things that we talked about with this exercise also apply to this new exercise. So to me, the most important part of this exercise is the horse stance. So get yourself into a horse stance. Judge your stance so that you're not hurting your knees, you're not going to hurt your back, but I'm going to encourage you to take a wider and deeper stance than you normally would. And then sit down. So that was about 90 seconds. We'll work it up day by day to about 10 minutes or so. And what you want to get down is so your thighs, right, are parallel with the ground when you do this. But you can work up to that. It's good for you. It's very good for you, but make sure you don't hurt yourself doing it. So get a little bit of a horse stance. Sit down. Come right up the center line. A little bit more to your right side. Coming up on the right. And then open the chest. Roll the shoulders down. And now you're coming down on the left side. Just let yourself relax all the way down to the base of the spine. Shift to the right. Shift to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then reverse, open. Gather chi, and then pull it down on the left side. Come up on the right, down on the left. Up the dumai in the back, down the renmai in the front. The back, the front. So something like 65% of the muscles in your body are in your thighs, your butt, and your lower back. And this exercise pretty well gets all of them. It's a really good exercise. When you do it yourself, or when you lead other people, you know, if you've got a new group of little students that you're working with, young students, I mean, you should warn them to do it carefully. Don't overdo it. Don't start off down here unless you really work out down there too. Just start, but at the same time, get a little bit of a horse stance so that your toes are open a little bit. Your knees are definitely way open. Your pelvis is open, and you're sitting down riding on that horse. That's really important because that's where you get a lot of the exercise. In addition, you're freeing up your lower body to actually be able to move. When you do this exercise, right, come up the front, right, up the front, the renmai in the front, and then down the back. Up the front, down the back. And when you go the opposite way, come up the back, down the front. Up the back, down the front. And you're always shifting your weight from side to side, but you should always come up on the right and go down on the left. You should always activate the thoracic piston. Hold on a second. The chest. Roll the shoulders down, and then all the way down to the Mingmen, and actually then all the way down to the base of the spine. And they call this heaven and earth opening and closing. So, when we did this exercise here, I talked about going out to the edge of the universe and then closing to a single point inside the body, or maybe a single line. You do the same thing with this exercise. It's just the directions are slightly different. But you want to open all the way to heaven. So it's not just to the tips of your fingers, it's everything, the whole cosmic universe, right? And then all the way down to earth. And down to earth doesn't just mean the surface of the earth, it means the center of the earth. Heaven. Earth. Heaven. Earth. Heaven. Earth. Or earth. Heaven. Earth. Heaven. Earth. Heaven. So what you're doing when you do this, one way to think about it is you're moving yang qi from heaven and yin qi from earth, and you personally are connecting heaven and earth. One of the ancient ways of looking at things in China is there are three great powers. There's heaven, there's earth, and then there's humanity. And humanity stands in between heaven and earth and connects them. So when you're doing these exercises, you're, for instance, bringing earth chi up to heaven. And then you're bringing heaven chi down to earth. So you're doing that in the outer world, but you're also doing it on the inner world. So you could say what you're doing is balancing upper and lower. The lower part of the body is more connected to the earth. The upper part of the body is more connected to heaven. And so you wanna mix the energies that are on the upper part of the body and the lower part of the body. So you're mixing these together. Chest, lower back. 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 Okay, by calling those out, I don't mean that's where you stop. I'm just focusing on this connection here, but it doesn't stop here. It just keeps going up above and down below. All the way to heaven, the center of heaven, all the way to the center of the earth. Yin Qi to heaven, Yang Qi to earth. Right? Yin Qi to the upper part of your body, Yang Qi to the lower part of your body. So what you're doing is rebalancing yourself. When you start this exercise and the next exercise, this exercise is about rebalancing between upper and lower. The next exercise is about rebalancing between left and right. And we also should do one for front to back too. But think about when you start this series of exercises, feel your body and feel if some parts of your body might feel too full. Other parts of your body might feel like they're a little empty. It's a way of checking your body out and going, yeah, I feel kind of a little congested up here, and I feel empty down here. So you've got too much chi up in this part of the body and not enough down here. So you can bring some chi down into the empty area. Excuse me. So in some of the earlier exercises, we were gathering chi, right? Gathering yang chi and packing it in the body. And essentially, you can do the same thing here. This is more about circulation. It's more about flow, but that's okay. You can do the packing with this too. All right. So let's say for whatever reason, your lower abdomen feels empty today. So you're going to bring chi down to this area, right, and pack it in there. Right? Even though you might continue all the way down to the center of the earth, still pack some of it in here and then continue on down. Or maybe, for whatever reason, maybe your feet feel too full, right? Maybe your feet are a little swollen. Maybe you went on a big hike yesterday and your feet are a little swollen. So bring some of that extra chi that's sitting down there, bring that up in the body. And either let it go out the body or maybe pack it into areas of the body that feel a little empty. I've always really liked this exercise. So any questions about this exercise? Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is really about the right and left side of the body, but it's exactly the same. Everything I just said about that first exercise applies to this exercise too. So we're going to do this one by circling the dantian. And you're going to start in meditation. With your mind on the dantian. If Master Zhang was here, he would say, inside you will look at dantian. You listen to dantian. You smell Dan Qian. You taste Dan Qian. Okay, and then slowly and gently, you begin making very small circles with your Dan Qian. Go a little to the right and then to the left, and then down and around. Right? And the hands are still on the Dan Qian. Right? Every time you make a circle, you pick up a little chi from the right side of the body and you bring it over and leave it in the left side of the body. And a little more. And then slowly your hands begin to make larger circles. So they're going to separate from the Dan Qian and they're going to start circling the Dan Qian. "36 times. Every rotation is slightly bigger than the earlier ones. So it's slowly growing. "36. And then reverse. And we're going to go 24 times. Every circle is smaller than the previous one. So we're returning to the Dan Qian. Same thing, only now on the opposite side. Pick up any chi on the left side, return it to the right. And the ideal is by the time you're done, they're perfectly balanced. Okay, so those are the two main rebalancing exercises. um, so I think we'll finish with that today. But I want to see you guys do a set of these. So Genevieve, why don't you lead us in heaven and earth, open and close, and then Jill, you can lead us in a set of the rebalancing after that. Okay, go for it.
Hello, everyone. I'm next to a construction site behind my house. So if you hear something loud, I'm sorry. Heaven and earth open and close. Qigong. Stop.
Good. All right. And Jill.
Okay, here we go. Wait, what is this one called?
Oh, I forget what it's called in English.
Downtown.
Just rebalancing chi left and right.
Oh, okay.
Say something, Jill.
Okay, here we go. Rebalancing chi left and right. So we'll start with a little meditation. And start rotating to the left. First.
Okay, good job, guys. Jill, I really liked the way you did this. Everybody did a good job, but I really liked what Jill was doing because she wasn't doing it with her hands. She was doing it with her body. And that's the right way to do it. The hands follow the body, so to speak. The body follows the mind.
Sometimes.
I've always really liked this exercise. It makes you feel really good. At least it makes me feel really good. Okay, any questions, any comments?
So I'm trying to reconcile that if you're balancing, you go 36 in one direction and you go 24 in the other. And the only thing I can come up with is the 24, each one represents 1.5. So then it works out.
You're a true scientist.
Yeah.
The numbers 36 and 24 are really ancient numbers in Qigong and in what's called Neigong. And I don't know how or why they picked those numbers in particular. There are multiples of 3, so that's really at the base of it. That's why the number 9 is such an important number in China, because it's 3 times 3. So when you pick for the first 36 circles, when you're picking up chi from the right side and moving it to the left side, don't pick up all your chi and move it over there. Just move a little bit over there, knowing that later on you're going to reverse that. And the whole idea here is just to load some of the chi onto the left side and then feel, okay, how heavy does this side feel versus how much lighter is this side, so that when you reverse it, you just pick enough up from the left side to return it to the right, that by the time you're done, it feels well balanced. All right. So it's more like cooking. It's like cooking. Is there enough salt? Is there enough of this herb or that herb, right? You're just trying to get things well balanced in there. The numbers, like I said, 36 for the first one and 24 for the return. They have nothing to do with left and right per se. It's just the first exercise is 36, the finishing exercise, the return exercise is 24. Generally, I sort of do that with almost all Qigong, although not always, right? But good comment, Jack. Any other comments? Any questions?
It's difficult. I mean, to me, it's difficult. Those two exercises are not easy to me, for me.
Really, why are they difficult for you?
I, I, I don't know yet. I mean, I'll have to do it again once we are done, and just, I don't understand, but they are tiring and yeah, not easy.
Interesting. When you feel tired doing Qigong, it usually means you're trying too hard.
Well,
that there's too much going on up here and you're trying to do too much. So you have to do it a few times until you just relax into it. This should be very relaxing and invigorating. If it's not, you have to ask yourself, well, why not? Probably because you're trying too hard.
okay.
I have sort of hesitated to bring this up, and I'm hardly just going to mention it here. But one of the problems with doing any kind of Qigong is trying too hard. It's called pushing your Qi. You're having to try too hard rather than it just sort of happening spontaneously. It's like you've got to get behind your Qi and push it, make something happen. And that makes you feel tired and kind of a little out of sorts. So just when you're doing a course, when you're first learning something, there's a lot of stuff going on in the head, of course, because you're trying to figure out what's going on. And your brain uses up a huge amount of energy. So you're probably going to feel a little tired. But as you go along, after you've done this for a few weeks, it should settle down and feel more invigorating when you do this. Another piece of advice is don't try too hard, don't push anything, and in a certain sense, don't even try to do anything. So I was saying, well, you're picking up your Qi on one side, you're moving it to the other. All right, that's true, but don't make that a job, right? You got enough jobs in life. Just relax. Just relax and don't even think about it very much. And the other way. And you know, all the sort of mechanical and mathematical advice, 36 times this way, 24 times, those are not very important. Don't worry about that. If you want to do it formally, or like if you're teaching a class or you're leading a class and you want to do it the old way and very formally, you might do that. It's perfectly fine to do it that way for your own exercise, but it's also fine just to do it as many times as you feel like. There's nothing magical about the rules. The only rule is about how you actually feel. All right, any other questions? All right, we'll meet again tomorrow, and I think tomorrow we'll finish up this whole series. We'll do another mixing exercise, and then we'll go into the health massage. And if I can get Annie in here, I'll show you what you do with the two-person. I think most of you have done the two-person massage, where you do someone's back and they do your back. I think you've all done that before. No, Catherine's never done it. So I'll teach you. That's very simple, and you can do it later when your spouse is around. Boom. Okay, guys, have yourselves a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.